Baby, this recoupling was one for the books. My emotions were all over the place. I went from being mad at Zaki and Amaya. Then I went from feeling sympathy for Amaya because she's always having to explain why she is the way that she is. Then I'm just like, why are these girls giving TJ any time of the day? Then I'm like, why is Austin still here? What kind of plot twist is this? Why did we send our girl? Like, I don't even want to accept the fact that my girl has left the villa. But baby, what was that at the end? Love Island, what are y'all doing to us? Now we know y'all said y'all will come in with the twist, but what? What the helly? And now we have to wait until Thursday to find out what's going down. Oh gosh.
Kay Unscripted, no teens restricted. In this journey, watch our stories unfold.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm back with another recap on Love Island USA Season 7 Episode 20. If you're here for the first time, hey, it's so nice to have you. Thank you for being here. My name is Kay and this is Kay Unscripted, the place where we break down all things reality TV. Now, people, I am barely getting over Jeremiah being gone, and this is what y'all do to us. This episode had me all over the place. My feelings, my emotions were everywhere, and of course, we're going to be getting a cliffhanger because there's no episode coming out tonight, and we have to wait all the way through Thursday to find out what the hell is actually going on. Yo, let's just get into this recap. So the episode starts off with a nice chat between Elan and Sierra. I loved their discussion. He likes Libra girls. Sierra is a Libra girl. She asked him if he had to pick between the girls, who would it have been? He said he would have picked Sierra and Iris. He talks about his relationships in the past and feeling like now he's established and he's looking for something a bit more serious, and he wants a relationship that is built on experience. Sierra says that she's more of an independent woman, and we know some guys don't like women who are independent. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a balance, because sometimes us girlies, even if you're independent or you're strong, sometimes we need our guys to just step in and take over, and so we could be in our soft girl era, right? She's saying that for her, she doesn't need a man, but she wants a man. Elan also reassures her that this is a good thing to have, because you shouldn't be in a relationship where you need someone, but that having that emotional intelligence to say that you want to be with that person, so it's a choice that you're with that person. And I really enjoyed seeing these two connect. Safe to say that this conversation with Elan and Sierra is more than we've seen with Sierra and Nick. Zaxi and Iris are having a conversation. Once she asks him about himself, homeboy starts stammering. Now, maybe he was a little bit nervous, but he took a little bit of time before he actually could have said something about himself. He did say that he lives with his brother, he loves traveling, he does not like to cook. Iris, on the other hand, says she doesn't like to be alone. She likes always having somebody around. Acts of service is her love language. They both love to travel. Iris said she would love to go to Australia, and he said he has been to Australia as well. This was a cool chat between these two. I mean, they're just getting to know each other, so it's a good start. And like I said in my previous video, if you haven't seen it, please go ahead and click the link above. It will take you to my previous video. I feel like the guys in Casa are a little bit more open. They're giving us more as compared to what the guys in the villa have been giving the girls. Back at the villa, TJ is making his rounds because he knows he only has 24 hours or else he's going to be dumped from the villa. So he's chatting with Grayson, and she says that she's a really affectionate person, but her friends don't really see her as an affectionate person. She's telling him that she's the girl who went first and how he was dogging her about the kiss. Now, me personally, I wouldn't be giving TJ the time of the day, because the way he was scoring these girls, it was like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? It's either you cannot kiss or you have a problem. Like, what's going on? We're back at Casa, and we do see a conversation between Huda and JD, and we know she has to let everyone know that she's a mom. This is the first sentence of every conversation, and he's asking her how does it feel when it comes to dating, having a child, and she says it's not a problem. It's because she's not really looking to date just for dating. She wants to be married, and whoever she's married to is going to be the future father of her other kids. And JD tells her that he has dated her mom and it was a good experience. Now, I personally am like, why is Huda still here? But of course, there are people who want her to redeem herself. Do I feel like JD has the emotional capacity to deal with Huda? I don't think so. He looks way too sweet to have to deal with Huda now. We know that those guys have already seen what went down in the villa, and I guess he's just giving Huda a fair chance, as he should. But let's see if she's going to be on her good behavior. Anyway, she tells JD that she wears her emotions on her face, and she says that she's a lover girl. When she loves somebody, she really loves them. She's all into them. And she's like, are you crazy? Now, JD, she's telling you that she's crazy. And you're like, oh no, it's good. I love that. I like that. But he says he has a little bit of crazy, but it's more on the adventurous side. And they share a laugh. And I don't know what that means. But y'all, we're just going to have to see what happens with Huda. JD said in his confessional that Huda surprised him because she was really calm. But boy, wait till you see what happens when you piss her off. Or she sees you talking to somebody else. Now, don't put your eggs in one basket just yet. Because he was telling Huda, oh, I love the fact that you have this mentality of, I don't care about anything, I'm gonna be me, and this doesn't scare me at all. I really like that about you. Please don't gas her up, because when she starts cursing you out, please don't come crying to us. So it's the next morning and we're at Casa. The guys are together. They're talking about their first night in the villa. And when Zach starts speaking about Olandria, he said that Olandria told him it took her a week before sharing her first kiss with Taylor. And he's like, I don't have a week. And he started laughing. And I was a little bit turned off. I didn't like the way that came off or the way he said it. That wasn't funny to me at all. So now it's having me thinking and looking at him a little bit sideways, because we did see that conversation between him and Olandria where he told her like he's fine with building an emotional first before being physical, and this was something that she was upfront to him about. So I felt a little bit turned off by the way Zach Kay said that. Amaya has a chat with JD. She thanks him for making her breakfast. Now, one thing I don't like about Amaya is she talks too much. She doesn't let somebody else get a word in, but she's pretty much explaining to JD that in her culture, she's used to calling people mi amor, my love, honey, sweetheart, whatever the case may be. And she feels like a lot of people don't understand her, and that's just based off her culture and the way she does things. And when she's in a relationship, she's very touchy-feely with a person. Now, I feel sad that she has to start off any conversation saying that, because we know the guys in the villa were so offended by her being all over them in the beginning. We know Ace had an issue with it. We also know Austin had an issue with it. And so now she's coming to every conversation with any of the guys that she meets, letting them know that this is who I am. JD then tells her that when he first saw her, he saw genuine energy from her, and she doesn't have to close herself off in a box to please people. She should be herself. And we see Amaya getting emotional because, like I said before, she struggled to have to be a certain type of way because the guys have been feeling like she's a lot. So I really like how JD just affirmed her and just let her know like it's okay to be yourself. I love that for Amaya. Now she's making her rounds because she knows there's a possibility that she can go home. Back in the villa, TJ is making his rounds too. He pulls Vanna for a chat. He asks her if she's close to her parents. She says she is, and he brings up the fact that his dad is of an older age and the pressure of wanting to show his dad that he's successful and that he can have kids. You know, he tells Vanna that he's very attracted to her, and she says to him, too bad you're not in my bed. Now, I see the girls are starting to warm up to TJ. I personally, first impressions count for me. but they're starting to warm up to him, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the recoupling. We then get a chat between Ace and Coco. Coco is coupled with Taylor, but I do like seeing her with Ace. Coco is a beautiful girl. Like I said, she's going to be my favorite girl in the villa for now. But she's checking in with Ace. He says that he's not a morning person, but he knows that girls like breakfast in the morning. And so this is why he stepped in to prepare breakfast for them, which is really cute and nice. They're both from LA, and she's telling him that she can show him around. And he's like, not you showing me around in my city. And he's asking her what's her favorite place to eat. But she says that she likes to chill, you know. If she has some free time, she will do something like zip lining or boat ride. But she also said that she's very artsy. But when she asked him what he likes to do, he said he's very artsy too. Now, I've seen a pattern with Ace. Anytime a new girl comes around, anytime a new girl comes around and she says she likes to do one thing, he says that he likes to do it too. Because remember when Iris came in and she was saying, was she saying that she was into a geek, right? She said that she was into a geek, and then Ace was like, I'm very geeky, and we're like, Ace, where, when, how? Now, I've never heard him say that he's artsy with Shelly, or did we miss that? Maybe we didn't see that conversation happening. But this is a pattern with Ace. Back at Casa Amor, we see a conversation between Kay and Olandria. She looks beautiful as always. Now, he's asking her if she would ever relocate and raise her kids somewhere else. And she says she likes Texas, but she wouldn't mind relocating, but it has to be in the South. He also asked her what kind of food she's into. She says that because she's from Alabama, she loves soul food. And he says he loves Asian food. She says she does like Asian food too. Now, he's asking her for a kiss, and Olandria is like, maybe today, if there's a challenge, you might get a kiss from me, because he said he didn't get to kiss her. He said, so you're not going to kiss me outside of a challenge? She's like, no, just out of respect for what situation I have going on, of course, with what she has with Taylor. But she says that in the outside world, this is not how she moves, so she wouldn't want to move like that. She wants to be her authentic self. And we could see the disappointed on Zaki's face, because he already got a kiss from Amaya, and we saw him laughing about it in the morning, saying he doesn't have a week to get to Olandria. He's not about to put himself through that. He tells her that he loves that about her, and he respects the fact that she has boundaries, and he wouldn't put that on her. But earlier in the morning, we saw you laughing and making jokes about Olandria being a slow burner, and you saying that you don't have a week to get a kiss. So, Kay, I'm not feeling you. Matter of fact, let me take the K out of your name, because you don't deserve to have a K in your name. So now you're just Za. Now, while Olandria is in Casa missing Taylor, he's over there in the villa saying that the only things that he misses is his family and his horses, right? He's chatting with Clark, and she's saying that she loves the fact that he's so into his animals. She wanted to be a vet when she was younger, and how she also wanted to apply for a grooming job. Now, tell me why when that girl said she saw a mosquito, Taylor was saying that maybe she stinks. I'm like, boy, you don't make jokes about that. But anyways, we see them having a little chemistry, and I really do feel like Taylor is more of a match with Clark. They both want the same things. I just feel like, and I said it before, Olandria saying she would love to be on a farm. She sees herself being a farm, and she's lying. Olandria, this is not what you want. Now we see Taylor having more of a spark with Clark. The way he was blushing, they were flirting. And this is more than we've been seeing with Olandria. And did y'all peep that he gave Clark eye contact? He never looked at Olandria the way that he's been looking at Clark. So we get a chat between Olandria, Huda, and Sierra. Sierra is saying that she's worried for Amaya because of what Ariana said, that she has 24 hours to decide if she can couple up with a guy or be dumped from the villa. She's saying, let's think about it. What if Amaya connects with JD? Because Huda said that she saw Amaya pulling JD for a chat. And she's like, okay, if Amaya couples up with JD, that means you, Huda, single. What does that actually mean? You're about to know what y'all are going to find out what it means. But then we see Olandria saying that she had a good chat with Zaki and that he asked her for a kiss. Then we see Sierra saying she likes the fact that Olandria is, exploring and is giving her the confidence to do the same. But she finds herself comparing what she has with Elan to what she has with Nick. Now, I was just about to ask her, is Shelly, because we didn't see her having any chats with any of the guys, but we saw a little peek of Shelly. And then Chris gets a text that reads, Islanders tonight, there will be a recoupling at the villa and Casa Amor. And back at the villa, Jade gets a text that says anyone not chosen to be in a couple will be single and vulnerable. Now, everyone is nervous because they're like, so soon, but this is what's about to happen. Then we see Amaya having a chat with Zaki again. She's telling him, I don't want to be pushy and none of that, but I feel like I can be myself around you. He tells her he respects it, he likes it. He does tell her that he has good chats with Olandria, but the thing is, they've kissed and he hasn't kissed Olandria yet. Amaya tells him, well, I do want more kisses. They lean in, they share yet another kiss. I don't know y'all, but something about Zaki doesn't feel right to me. I'm not feeling him. I don't like him at all, and it's making me real nervous. Because he told Amaya, please keep it a secret, don't tell anyone. And I'm not feeling Zaki. Taylor has a chat with Coco. She's checking in with him because they're a couple. And she's telling him, hey, I did realize that you had a chat with Clark. How did that go? He said it went well. She's asking him how he's feeling that he's away from his previous couple. As in Olandria, he's like, okay, yeah, I do think about her, but I'm not about to worry about her because I don't know what she's doing over there. He's like, well, if I have her in the back of my mind, then that means that I'm not giving you a chance. And I'm looking at Taylor like, Olandria's over there thinking about you, but you're not worried about her. Okay. Sierra has been struggling the entire time because she's thinking about Nick and she's just worried about what's going to happen. Meanwhile, Nick is in the villa having a chat with Jaden. And y'all, tell me why this girl sat in the pool. Her feet in the pool with heels on, like, what? Like, girl, what are you doing? It's later on in the evening and we see a cute little chat. Now, I always enjoy the chats between Olandria and Shelly because these are my faves, right? And so Shelly is saying that Chris and Ace are so similar and she didn't expect to like him. She's saying that if Chris had came in from day one, then she would have definitely gone all the way in for him, but now she's a little bit conflicted because she's clearly thinking about Ace and she likes Chris. Now, Amaya then pulls Olandria for a chat. Now, as soon as I sat down in my head, I was wondering if Amaya would have told Olandria about the kiss that she said shared with Zaki, because we know Zaki is coupled up with Olandria. So she just tells him that they've been exploring and they shared a kiss. But y'all have shared two kisses, Amaya. So you should have been upfront that it was two kisses and not just one. But she also said that she does like JD as well. And Olandria tells her, well, thank you, I appreciate it, thanks for letting me know. Now, just before the recoupling, we see all of these side conversations because everybody's nervous. I do feel like the recoupling could have came another day, like the day after, to give everyone a bit more chance to get to know each other. But Ariana said there's going to be a lot of twists and turns, and so this is what it is. So let's just go to the recoupling. So we're at Casa and the recoupling is about to happen. The text says that any girl who remains single will leave the villa immediately. So we know that the guys are going to be picking which girl they would like to couple up with. Amaya is then asked to stand at the front and a text comes in that says, boys, if you have a better connection with Amaya than with your couple, please stand up. Now, y'all, immediately Zaki stood up and all of the girls started crying because that means that Olandria is single. And this is not what we wanted. Now, Huda gets a text that says, congratulations, Amaya and Zach, you are now a couple. And all of the girls are crying, getting emotional. Amaya's like, no, stop, girl, keep quiet because this is exactly what you wanted. You shared two kisses with Zaki. You knew you were making your rounds to make sure you stay in Casa. So please stop with the tears. Olandria tells her, I promised you it's fine. Come get your man. And baby Amaya was definitely forcing these tears because everybody's else's tears were visible except Amaya. But Olandria's like, it's okay, but I was not okay. I was just like, please no. I cannot. I just cannot. Olandria is then asked to stand at the front because she's single and vulnerable. And she tells Amaya, it's okay, thanks for being honest and letting me know what happened. Right away, Zake gets defensive and he's like, I had to go with my gut. He feels like a villain because the girls have been tight from the beginning and he's had to send one of the sisters home. Another text comes in that says, boys, if you have a connection with Olandria that is stronger than your current connection, please stand up. Nobody stood up. And at this point, my heart was racing and I'm just like, please don't tell me my girl is going home. I'm not ready to see the end of Olandria's journey. She definitely deserves to find love, and I'm just not ready to accept that she's gone to first Jeremiah, now Olandria. The next text comes in that says that she has not been chosen, so she has 30 minutes to pack her bags and leave the villa. And y'all, my heart dropped in my feet. I was crying. I'm still a little bit emotional saying that, and I'm just like, what the hell? This is not what we wanted. Now all the girls are on the floor, they're crying. And y'all, Olandria said something that really sat with me and got me really emotional. Now, when she said she's had to be strong her whole life, that resonated with me so much because us women, especially black women, we've always had to be so strong to keep our emotions in check. We've been told, oh, why are you crying about that? And we've just had to be solid rock and just take things on our shoulders and keep it pushing because this is what we were taught to do. That had me feeling so emotional when she said that. That literally crushed me a little bit. I'm not even going to lie. Now, even if I watched the episode over, I was still in tears because I just couldn't believe Olandria went home. Now we know the same is about to go down in the villa. TJ is asked to stand in the front because he's single and vulnerable. Now I almost forgot Peppy was still in the villa, but he read the next text that asked if any of the girls have a stronger connection with TJ than the current couple. Please stand up. And to my surprise, Vanna stood up, but the text came through and said, congratulations, TJ and Vanna, you are now a couple. So that now leaves Ace single and vulnerable. Ace was then asked to stand at the front, and like at Casa, the text came through that if there's any girl who has a stronger connection with Ace than the current couple, they should stand, and Coco stood up. So Ace and Coco are now a new couple, which leaves Taylor single and vulnerable. Taylor is then asked to stand at the front, and again the text comes through. If there's any girl who has a stronger connection with Taylor, please stand up. And Coco stands up, so that means that Nick is now single and vulnerable. And the same thing is about to happen. Now y'all, when Nick went to the front and the question was asked, no one stood up. And I was completely shocked because I thought it would have been Austin going home. The fact that Austin is still in the villa is... What is going on? Why is Austin still there? And how did TJ get away with it? How? Now, Love Island is messy because the girl that Nick was interested in is coupled with Austin, and Austin gets the text that tells Nick he has 40 minutes to pack his things and get the hell up out the villa. Y'all are messy. The guys all jump to hug Nick. We see Taylor and is getting really emotional because we know that it was the three of them, the three musketeers. Now that's what you'll get for sending Jeremiah home for plotting. But anyways, I'm still a little bit shocked that Nick is leaving the villa, but it doesn't hurt as much as Olandria leaving. Now this is where the episode ends, but then we see something else is going on, right? We see a vehicle driving in. Nick is exiting the villa. Then the jeep pulls up to Nick, and when the door opens, it's Olandria. She's like, Nick, hurry, come in. Love Island, what is going on? Oh my goodness. What are y'all doing to me? What are y'all doing to us? What the hell is going on? Guys, this is all I have for this recap on Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 20. What do you think is happening? Share all of your thoughts with me. Tell me how you were feeling about this episode. Were you crying like a baby like me? I was definitely crying a river. Love Island took all my tears. I need to know what you're thinking. I'll meet you in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.